Hey guys, what's up? My name is Ryan Yokome and I'm a business and transformational coach. And in today's video, it's going to be a big topic. We're going to talk about this shift and ascension that's happening of the whole world starting to wake up. And there's a lot of things going on of what is happening in the world right now. Are we coming to the end of the world? There's a lot of prophecies, so we're gonna get into that. This is a big topic, so it's gonna be a bit of a longer video. And here's what I'm looking for. I'm shooting this video because I'm looking for some people who are spiritual. I'm looking for some people who are the spiritual trailblazers, who want to go out there, wake up the world, who want to make a difference in the world, who no longer want to live stuck in the paradigm of how we've been living through separation and suffering. And I'm looking for some people that want to go out there and really step into their personal space of power to make a bigger difference in the world. Chances are, if you're watching this video, that's you. So I'm going to speak to you. You're the crazy one, you're the weird one, you're the one that doesn't conform well to structure and rules and authority, and you love freedom, and you want to break free and really show people who you truly are in the world and express that to make a bigger difference. So let me share with you guys from my understanding and my experiences about what is going on. There's a lot of different prophecies, there's a lot of different ideas. There's a lot of people talking about what's happening right now. I personally haven't talked too much about this, but I'm in the trenches and I'm very aware with my coaching business on what is happening with the world through the coaching that I do with clients. And also people that I talk to. I have an international business, around the world. So there's a very common theme, and the theme is this: we're waking up. We're waking up to our power. We're waking up to who we truly are, and it's really magnificent. So I'm gonna talk first about some of the darker things, and then we're gonna transition into some of the lighter, really amazing things that are happening. So first and foremost, some of the prophecies are that the Mayans said back in December the 22nd, 2012, we flipped to a feminine energy, and there's this transition we're going through that the cycle is gonna last from then until the end of 2015, being this year. I believe it's October right now, so they say it'll last to the end of December. Now within that time frame, that's when they predict the end of the world will happen. Now, whether that's physically or whether that's emotionally, mentally, that we go through a transition of growing and becoming connected as one, nobody really knows. The only person, God obviously knows, but the entity is Earth. Mother Earth knows when this transition is going to take place. So there's some people that predict because we could have a total catastrophe, that we'd have a pole shift on the Earth, and that would basically cause havoc across the Earth, and that would create this ascension. And there's some people that say that the crop circles that happened, what they are, they're really signs, warning signs for us. Or some people believe that there's 8 different signs, catastrophes that will happen. The first would be a pole shift that would happen, would basically black out the entire world. So every single computer system would go blackout across the world, every single city, and the memories would be wiped. Okay, all of the memories in every single computer would be wiped. We'd go total blackout, and that would be the first sign that we're going through this ascension. So that's kind of like the doom and gloom. There's some people they're doing a lot of things to be very fear-based. You know what I'm saying? They're instilling, they're coming across with good intentions, but their intentions are just purely fear-based. And so it's important to have your own understanding about what is actually going on here. So there is the idea that we're physically going to go through this ascension and there's going to be chaos to get us there. But it doesn't have to be that way. Then there's the other idea. And the other idea is that we're sort of waking up and there's going to be a nice, gradual, smooth ascension for us to return back to oneness, love, and connection and move out of separation. And that idea is really cool, and that's what I believe is happening right now, is we're having people wake up. So let me go back. So there's all these prophecies about what's going on. 100% without a doubt, we're in ascension. 100% people are waking up. How this process is going to go about is going to be determined by our own awareness and also what Mother Earth wants to do. So let me go back to understanding what we're transitioning out of. We're transitioning out of war, suffering, greed, ego. We're transitioning out of all of those things, and we're moving into a space of oneness, connection, love, unity, which is what we call Christ consciousness. And Christ consciousness is beautiful. It's a wonderful, beautiful, amazing space to live in. So before we can really grasp what is understanding, there's two things I have to talk to you about. One is oneness, and the other is the dimensional levels. So let's first talk about oneness. What is oneness, which is Christ consciousness or unity consciousness? That is the understanding that you are not separate from I, and I am not separate from anyone else in the world, that we're all connected as one. Yes, we are physically divided by borders and cultures, but within us connects us to every single person around the world, that we are not separate, we are one. And this is a space we're moving into, which is unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, where there is no more separation. So we're going through this process right now of waking up to how to start to embrace that. Human consciousness is sort of like in this dream where we don't actually believe that we're one. So we live in the illusion of separation, but the illusion of separation is just that. It's not real. It's not our true essence. So we're waking up from this dream. We're going, oh my gosh, this is really who we are. This is really who we are. We don't have to suffer. Okay, so that's what we're transitioning into right now. So with that, you have a couple of groups of people. You have people like myself and people like you who are awake. Okay, we're conscious. We understand what's going on in the world. And then you have another group of people who are very addicted to the material world, the ego, which is a fancy word for self-identification, and they're very attached to the physical world. And they identify themselves as their car, as their house, as their jobs, as their suffering, as their negative and limited thinking. And we all do this to a certain extent, but there's some people that haven't woken up, so they're trapped inside that identity. And so what's happening here is you're seeing people like myself shoot videos like this. You're probably seeing yourself wake up on some level, and we're gonna hit what's called critical mass. And in critical mass, what that means is you have us, these awake people, then you have other people who are not quite conscious yet, awake, and it won't matter if they haven't woken up, because it'll hit a point of consciousness where when we hit critical mass, it hits the tipping point, and it's gonna cause the people who are not awake to all start to wake up. And then from there, we'll move into a space of oneness. This is what we're moving towards, and it's happening super fast right now. So let me go back to the dimensional level so we can understand this. There's 144 different dimensions in the universe, this universe, okay? And there's overtones and undertones, so there's dimensions within those. But primarily, there's 144. We live on the third dimension. This is the third dimension. Everything you see behind me, this world we live in, is third dimensional. I'm gonna talk specifically about the fourth and the fifth dimensions. Okay, so the fourth dimension is a space when you move into, you are pure unity consciousness. We can't get to the next level of dimension, the fourth dimension, and move out of this third dimension until we unite, and where there is no war, there is no suffering, there is no pain. We understand we are connected as one. When we can do that in the third dimension, this dimension right here, then we'll start to unify, then we can ascend into the fourth dimension. In that dimension, it's beautiful because crazy shit happens. We've had premonitions, and to give you an understanding, what a lot of people believe is when you die, you go into the fourth dimension. So it's like bliss. So then we transcend into the fourth dimension where you still have a body. In the fifth dimension, you don't. You're formless. You're formless. And in the fifth dimension, this is a really important distinction. There is no good and bad consciousness. Okay? There is no polarity consciousness. There is only love in the fifth dimension, even in the fourth dimension. But the fifth dimension, you're formless. So in that space where there is only love, there is only connection, there is no good or bad anything. There is only love. There is only unity consciousness. We're basically, at one of the lowest levels of consciousness in the universe, in the third dimension. There's some people, and I'll get woo-woo on you here throughout. I won't go too woo-woo, but I'll go a little woo-woo. There's some people that believe that there are up to 300,000 different extraterrestrials living on Earth right now. And a lot of the government has detected many of these. A lot of people believe somewhere in the 50, 60,000 range, the government knows about these. So think of it like this. The world doesn't work like you've been taught. If you've seen the movie Men in Black, a good percentage of that movie is true. There's all of these different races, there's all of these different entities that are living here on Earth that we can't see because we're in the third dimension. They live on the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, whatever, all the way up, existing here on Earth, but we can't physically see them because we're still existing in the illusion of the third dimension. So you follow me here? So this is why I'm explaining dimensional levels to you, because we need to understand this for us to ascend and unify until the next level. Okay, if you have questions on that, drop me a comment below on different dimensional levels or unity and oneness. Let's transition into some of the suffering and what's happening. A lot of the world is suffering. There are millions of people that starve every day, millions of people. I think there's 2 billion people in the world that live on less than $2 a day. You know, and there's a lot of people that are going through pain and suffering. There's a lot of people in the East and also the West, okay, that are the West, we have first world problems, and our level of suffering is different than the East. Okay, the East is trying to figure out, how do I get water? How do I get food today? We're trying to figure out, how do I create a business that I love? Or how do I get out of this job? Nonetheless, we're in a level of suffering. So let me explain to you how the third dimension works. This is the dimension we're in now. There is this awakening that we're happening, that we're realizing, holy shit, you don't have to give your power away anymore to other people or to circumstances or to the government or to things that are happening in your relationships. You don't have, or your health. You don't have to give your power away. And what's happening is we're waking up and we're realizing that we don't have to be a victim of our circumstances anymore. And so you're seeing this separation through the illusion, through war, through power, through greed, through incredible health problems in the West over here. And really what this is there's just really the small group of people, some people call them the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, there's a small group of people that doesn't like to share. And so they've created this wonderful program that we call life that keeps the masses, the collective unconscious keeps the masses playing small in life so they can do what? Make most of the money and hold the power. You know, you've got companies like Monsanto and Exxon and all these different companies. Small group of people holding most of the power so the masses can stay what? Disempowered. And then you have what? Illness, disease, suffering, pain, people who are really struggling financially. You have people who are identified in the third dimensional world. Okay, and then what do they give you? You know, the government set up in a way, and this is some of the darker stuff. I'm going to transition out of this in a second. But it's important to understand. So what do we have? Well, we've got cigarettes, we've got alcohol, we've got your latest prescription drug treatment. We've got everything that you need to help stop your pain, anything you need. But really what this is about is us taking back our own power and not giving it away, which is responsibility. And in the space of responsibility, you're empowered to make a change and make a difference. You can go, oh my gosh, I don't have to give my power away to my circumstances. I have the power to change my life. You do. Nothing is outside of you. So this is about taking responsibility, right? And so I'll take it a step further. There's a lot of people believe that these groups of people, these families, are run by what's called the Martians. And this is where I'll get some woo-woo for you here. There's some people believe that Mars used to be just like Earth. Beautiful, lush, amazing planet. And there's these group of people called the Martians that used to live there, that they blew up their planet. And then their last resort was to come to Earth. And these are people that separated from the unity consciousness because you have free will. You can create from a space of love or you can create from a space of ego. They separated, they came to Earth, as the story goes, and they're only left brain. So the people who are primarily running this Earth and that are maintaining the suffering through human existence are extremely left brain. They have no emotional body. They don't care about anyone. and all they care about is themselves. So it doesn't matter to them if people are suffering on the earth or dying or living in disease. Doesn't matter to them as long as they hold the power. Okay, this is an important thing to understand. Whether or not they're from Mars, I really don't care. All that matters is that this is happening. So let me go a little bit deeper with this. It's not that they want the money or the power. They don't care about that shit. None of that matters. It's an understanding that if you and I and everyone around the world who are asleep and disempowered, we embrace our power together, those people, those entities, those corporations will cease to exist. There will be no governments, there will be no war, there will be no guns, there will be no disease, there will be no disharmony. And those entities will cease to exist, and they will no longer be alive. So by keeping us in a space of disempowerment, it actually keeps them alive. Because what will happen is, I'll go back to the dimensional levels. We'll go from the third dimension to the fourth dimension, and they won't be able to transition there with us because we'll be in a space of unity consciousness, which is love, which is your pure essence and what we really are. So let me shift now. And if you have any questions about that, drop me a comment below. I know I'm ripping on some crazy woo-woo stuff right now. Whew. So let me go into the next step. Okay, so waking up. So what do we need to do to support this ascension? Because we can have a smooth transition. It's really taking a look at yourself and taking responsibility. How do you change your story? You first have to take responsibility for what's going on in your life, and then you have to surrender it over. You don't have to be the general manager of the universe. So this next step that we're moving into, and this is so critical for us, guys, and this is why I'm shooting this video for you, for the spiritual trailblazers, for the leaders, the people that don't conform to how this world works, the people like you that think this isn't how it should be. There's got to be something bigger and better than this. There shouldn't be so many people suffering. And you're damn right, because this is not our true essence. So we're waking up, guys. So we have to take responsibility. We have to get vocal about what we feel and what we know is our truth. We stop having to live in this idea of separation and embrace the unity and oneness consciousness that we truly are. Okay, that's a big thing I just said. So let me drill it down to a daily, very simple, applicable process for you. You have to take a look at your life. You have to take a look at what is disempowering and empowering you. And you have to go within and start doing the work on yourself. Okay, start to doing the work on yourself. So that means, okay, what are some of the things that you need to go into that you've been avoiding? Some of the pain. You have to work on the emotional body. All disease in the world, guys, is linked to emotions. Go read Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. Every single disease, including cancer, is linked to an emotion. So if you want to learn why these things are created, you have to understand emotional education, and you have to go into your emotions and start to integrate them and process them. So you have to do the work on yourself. So it looks like things like learning how to journal, learning how to meditate, learning how to integrate and process your childhood wounds and your traumas. It's learning how to embrace your light and your expression. This is just all about waking up. You already know what to do. I'm just over here shooting this video to remind you that I need people like you. We need people like you. I need leaders. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for spiritual leaders, people who want to step up, people who want to make a difference in the world and say, you know what? I know that we can move into a space of love and compassion, and I know that's the word I'm looking for. The true essence of who we are. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And it all starts with you, and it all starts with me. It's doing the work on ourselves. And what I'm seeing, because I know as a coach, as a transformational coach, there's a lot of people that are waking up and they're looking at their lives and they're going, wow, this thing isn't working for me anymore. I need to make some changes within myself. And they're starting to, instead of point the finger and blame at other people and have resentment, they're starting to look at themselves and they're starting to go, wow, I need to take responsibility for my life and make some changes. And in that moment, you're empowered. And in that moment, you're gonna wanna make a difference. You're gonna wanna give back. And I wanna go back to that critical mass idea. What we need to do right now, guys, is there's a group of people that are fucking around because they're greedy and they want to keep their existence here in the third dimension. I get that, but that's not our focus, right? Let's focus into a space of unity, connection, and oneness, which again, like I said, is our true essence. So this all takes the decision today for you to start working on yourself. For you to say, I'm worthy, I deserve this, I am strong, I am capable, I am powerful, I am connected to everyone. This is my true essence. And for you to stand and hold in your space of power and own that shit. Own that shit. Because that's what we need right now. We need people to voice and stand up, and we do this. We do this right. We're gonna have a smooth ascension. We're gonna have a smooth transition, and you're gonna see so many people start to change, and we're gonna unify. And I'm just so honored, proud, and excited for this moment right now. That's all I got for you guys today. If you have any questions or comments, please drop me a comment below. I went way out there with you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please share the message. Share the message, share the message. We're looking for leaders. We're looking for people who want to make a difference in the world. And I certainly hope that's you. You're capable. I love you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you for watching. Drop me a comment down below and share the video. We'll talk to you guys on the next video.